Well, it's Sunday. You know what that means. There's lots to show you, lots to update you on. So stay tuned. Yay, it's time to get another batch of eggs in the incubator. But this time I'm putting in some of my purebred eggs. So I've got some light Brahmas up here at the top and my Morans. They're so pretty. And then over here some of my olive acres, which are technically a mixed breed, but they count as a actual breed for me because that's how I will sell them or raise them. So I do staggered hatches in my incubator. This will be the second batch going in, and then I'll be done until the next one's hatched before I add more eggs. Okay, it's been 2 weeks, so let's candle. Now I can feel pretty confident about the eggs that were blanks and just never developed, so I'm gonna remove those now. I like to wait about 2 weeks so I can really tell. So let's do some candling. I'm using the coffee can candler. But I will show you a couple of eggs in the high-powered one because it works really well. It's just kind of blinding. So if you look in here, you can see the little chick in there. Sometimes we can even see a move. We'll look in the high-powered one for that. So I just go through each one of the eggs. I found a blank one earlier, so you can tell the difference. It's just all clear as where the other ones are developed. And maybe that one wasn't fertile. It's hard to say, but see, here's one that's developing. And this is a white one. So you ready? Let's try the high-powered candler and see what we can see in here. See if you can see him moving around in there a little bit. Come this way. It's super, super bright. You can see all the dark. Spin the egg a little. Can you see that dark, and he's moving a little bit in there? It's so bright with this light it's hard to see, but when you're just looking at the egg, you can see some great detail going on in there. This might give you a better view when I kind of cover up that bottom. You can see all that dark movement in there. That is the chick. It's looking good. I'm really excited for the first chicks of the season. Next week, we ought to be looking in this incubator and see chicks popping out. I do have a video about brooders and how I brood my chicks, and I'm going to go ahead and make an attempt today to see if I can get it to come up in the corner of the screen, but if not, it's going to be in the description either way. But this year, I splurged on a Christmas tree tote. And I'm going to turn this into a brooder. It is going to be the perfect size. The ones that I use now, the Rubbermaid tubs, the chicks kind of grow out of them in a week. So if I have them for sale or I'm doing something with them, it limits my time a lot. But this one, I ought to be able to get at least 2 weeks out of it. Maybe. We'll see. The big challenge this year is going to be to keep the new cat that we have out of them. I'm not sure how that'll go. Just need to put a little bit of netting up on the top or some screening on the top so it gets more ventilation in there. If you watched on Thursday, I talked about this tree line over here, and it was the very next day that the tree slayer, as we like to call it, pulled up and began to tear the trees down. Now, it's an exciting turn of events, in my opinion, because it looks like they're going to leave the trees up, at least part of the trees. It's so foggy, I don't know if you can see that huge smoldering burn pile out there. But it looks like they're just, you can see the difference. Tearing out a lot of the trees, tearing out the underbrush, but kind of still leaving the tree line. So if that's how it goes, I can't complain too much about that. It's freezing cold again out here. We had all that snow last week. It all melted by the end of the week, and now we're right back where we started. I have a problem, and I'm hoping you can help me with it. There are some tracks all through our yard, and I am extremely concerned it's a raccoon. So we're going to look at them and see what you guys think. But first, look at this. Does this look familiar? Does it look like the car that I just said we had to turn in? We did take that car back, and they gave us our full refund. Got that taken care of. But we also found one almost just like it. I'm so excited. We found it yesterday. It's 2 years newer with 50,000 less miles on it. Of course, it costs a little bit more, but still within our, budget, what we were able to spend. So that worked out really well, as long as we get the title from this other dealer, which I think we will. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, the tracks. When I came home last night from getting this, it was dark. It was about maybe 7:30, and I hadn't closed the doors to my coop yet. My chickens were in there in closed run, but the doors were open. So I got out of the car and I saw tracks. We had fresh snow at that point. You can see it doesn't stay fresh along here. And I looked, and I think this is raccoon. So I'd like to know what you guys think. And this thing, these small tracks out here, it was going everywhere through my yard. So let's see if we can find some. These are pretty worn. Let's follow it and see where it goes. Tell me what that is. Does that not look like raccoon? It's got the little hands. Came over by my bird feeder. And you see, comes, turns. This is where it got scary. All of our tracks are mixed in here. There's some more over there coming out. But this thing came straight to the chicken coop. See it? Right outside the door. And I panicked, but the chickens were okay, so it worked out well this time. He came over, and he's all through the front yard, the side yard. But watch this. He's come over here. Tell me what these prints are. Is that a raccoon? That looks like raccoon to me, trying to get in my fence. And there's a couple other areas, like everywhere the fence comes up. I think he can climb fences, so I don't know what the problem was, but I'm so sorry, but raccoons don't work here. Came over here. I'm wondering if he's not up in that tree. So, I'm gonna keep an eye out. I love wildlife, but raccoons probably aren't gonna work here because it's starting to be broody hen time and chick time, and I have a lot of little enclosures and pens I use, which are all secure, but with a starving, persistent raccoon, I don't know how they'll hold up. Everything that was holed up in that huge tree line, and that was a thick tree line, and they about cut it in, I'd say half, and tore out all the underbrush and cover. So I know things have been on the move. So I'm curious as to what you think about raccoons, if you've had problems with them, with your chickens and your animals. We'll have turkeys here in a little bit too. What you did about the raccoons. We do normally have possums around here, which I have tried to coexist with. Here's some more of those little tracks. But then last year, one of them ate one of my little chickens, and it was our fault, but still one of the little chickens it was definitely a possum that ate it. So I know they will eat chickens, so I'm very leery of them too. All right, well, I'm on to get on with my Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you Thursday on Thrifty Tips with Stacie. Have a great day.